Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Not gonna go anywhere.
Welcome to our first episode of our podcast series called the Man Within Podcast. And the episode that we're doing today is...
Are you macho enough?
So this series is technically about men and their mental health. We are trying to create this space for men to kind of share their voices and also their experiences in terms of mental health and anything that's related to their well-being and stuff like that. So I'll be the main host, Vicky, and I have my partner here, Marissa. And we have two guests with us today as well. Let me just introduce their names first, and then I'll let them do their own introduction. So we have Weiwa here. He's a licensed counselor, and he's also a center coordinator at a center called Heal Systemic Therapy. Yeah.
Thank
do you
you.
want to? Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
you can introduce yourself a little bit.
Sure, thank you so much, Vicky. Yeah, so like she said, I'm currently a licensed and registered counselor, and I'm also currently the counseling and center coordinator at Heal Systemic Therapy. So for me, if I've been doing individual, couples, and also family counseling, and I've worked with a lot of population ranging from corporate to students to hospice staff and even new mothers as well. I'm very, very excited to be here because I think men's mental health is not something that is talked about often, and I'm very, very excited to share this space together with
Daniel. Hi, thank you Vicky and Marissa for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much for coming. Yes.
Thank you. My name is Daniel. So I am a freelance MC and actor. I also moderate or host events. So you're right, I am comfortable on stage, but I'm also excited still and nervous to be in this podcast, to be talking about mental health. And also it brings me a little bit of joy and somewhat fulfillment in be able to contribute to a meaningful topic like this, because I feel like many people will be able to not only relate, but hopefully be able to gain some useful insights that will help them with their mental health journeys as well from this conversation.
Right.
So thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Nice. Okay, so moving on to our first section.
Yeah. So honestly, I do feel like we're all quite warmed up with each other already, but I think we'll still go through with the ice-breaking session. So just like very simple, very general things just to ease into this conversation, right, into this topic. I'll start with the question prompts lah. Do you, for both of you, right, do you have a male figure around you that you can open up to?
No.
Yeah, none for me as well.
Oh. I'm actually quite surprised.
I'm quite surprised how fast you guys answered.
Yeah.
I wonder if it means anything.
Oh, you want to start first?
Yeah.
Sure. I can't speak on behalf of every guy, obviously. I can only speak on behalf of my personal experience. And to give you guys context from my personal experience, I grew up not having many friends. So there was already a depletion in like social spaces in which I could confide in and feel safe in, right? But also I think because I also managed to get a couple of guy friends recently, but they're both very different. One is a friend that I've known since middle school, and up until now he's like my closest male friend. But because right now he is working overseas, I don't get to talk to him as often. So even though I feel like he's my closest male friend, I don't feel like that due to proximity, I'm not able to utilize the closeness and space between us simply because he's not physically here. So I can't really, utilize the kind of relationship that we have to the extent where I'm using it as a safe space to confide my feelings to and sort of etc. Right? Whereas this other friend, he is in Malaysia, so proximity is there. But even though I've known him for 5 years, he in my perspective and in my definition, so it's not objectively, right? This is just based on my perception only. In my perspective, I feel this friend that I've known for 5 years, he's not as emotionally mature as my other male friend. So due to this, even though I'm able to see him quite easily because he's physically here, but whenever I try to have a difficult conversation with him or a conversation that would require some level of emotional maturity, I can sense that he's unable to do it with me. So I do feel there is this what's the word I'm looking for?
Distance.
This duality. This distance where I guess it depends on the kind of dynamic and situation of your friendship. I mean, to be fair, right, the guy that I've known for 5 years, he's also much younger than my other friend. So you know, my other friend has had more years to be mature. But at the same time, my other friend, you know, he studied psychology and he's done a master's in psychology. So I think he also had to grow intellectually. So that I'm sure played a role in him being able to hold, in being able to hold the friendship of being at the same level as me. Whereas this other friend of 5 years, it's a bit difficult to have, in my definition, a more meaningful, a more deeper connection with him. So I think it really depends on the kind of dynamic you have with your friends. But this is what I have so far. Like, I haven't been able to capture a friendship where I've had the best of both worlds, you know, both proximity and the same level of closeness. So, but hopefully that's a future I can look forward to, hopefully.
So it sounds like you do have close guy friends, but they are not people that you can open up to, like in terms of like emotional maturity. You said that there's this, you know, mini gap
Yeah,
between you guys.
but it could be because he's younger than he's almost 5 years younger than me. So I don't know. Of course, I don't think age, you know, will guarantee maturity. I think it just indicates it. But at the same time, you know, it does help to know if someone is roughly around the same age as you, to be able to gauge if they're roughly around the same maturity as you.
So a lot of factors
Yeah,
coming in.
yeah,
as
for sure,
well.
for sure.
Okay.
But no blanket statement, for sure. Yeah. Like some of us have parents who are definitely like a generation older than us, but they're not as mature as us. For some people, right? So I think age, it can imply, it can act as a clue, but it can never guarantee anything. Yeah. I'm sorry I talked for so long. Please, other people talk, please.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
How about you, Wei Wang?
Yeah.
I think for me, maybe I can give a little bit of background. I think why I would say like there's a bit lack of a male figure in my life, because I think when I was 11, just about when I reached 11 years old, my father unfortunately passed away. So when it happens is, it was just me, my mother, and also my sister. And absolutely there's a bit of vacuum there, right, of a father figure there. And me being the only male, I think I slowly have to become sucked into that vacuum of being the father figure. And it's not something that happens immediately, but I do remember thinking to myself, maybe I think just a few months after my father passing, at 11 years old, 12 years old, I was thinking to myself, I need to be more mature than this. I cannot ask for sweets, I cannot ask for toys, I cannot ask for anything, because I need to be that dependable male figure for my family. But because I become that male figure for myself, there's no one else around me that I can actually look up to. And I think because I've lived so much with my mom and my sister, that I find it for me a bit more comfortable to actually make girlfriends rather than male friends actually. And that's why it translated to a lot of female friends around me rather than male friends. Male friends, there is some, but those are probably some that I can hang out and do things with, like, you know, go clubbing, for example, or go do some sports. But really to sit down one-to-one talk about, you know, your inner thoughts, your feelings and emotion, I think that's something that I find myself a bit more comfortable doing it with a female friend or a female figure in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you mention the male figure, like you having to be fit into that, you know, to fill in the gap in your home, right? Like, does that come naturally to you, or was it contributed by something? Any factors?
Yeah.
Is it like family upbringing, or is it societal expectations? Anything like that?
I would say it's probably because before my father passed away, and very much know him as a family guy, someone who really take care of the family. I hear stories from my mom and also from my uncles and from my aunts as well. And I think that in a way also, I think I inherited that from my dad. So I begin to start to take in a lot of those responsibilities, even as a child. And I find that this is another reason why I'm a bit more interested in men's mental health, because yes, at some point I think every male will have to take on a lot of different roles and responsibility in their life. But for me, is that when I take on this responsibility, it also comes with a lot of frustration and suffocation. Because can I imagine like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old becoming a father at such a young age, right? And I would say that probably it's natural for people to take up this role. but maybe what's not natural is that men and boys, I guess in general, are told to suck up the feelings, you know. So when I have all this frustration and suffocation, I don't have anyone that I can actually talk to. So I keep a lot of it in, and I think at some point I was really, I won't say depressed, but I was really down about it. I don't know how do I get out of it without abandoning my role or my responsibility as a father figure. And that's why I want to talk a bit more about men's mental health, because I want them to have this space where they can actually share about the frustration, about the suffocation in a very safe manner without actually being judged by it.
I'm also like a bit curious to know, because I grew up with two sisters, so I do not have a brother who carries that father figure. But just wondering, and if it's something that you're comfortable sharing, do you ever feel like when you were younger, do you ever felt guilty if you don't take up certain things, or you don't you didn't have any time to take care of someone or do certain things? Do you feel guilty about it?
Oh, yes, definitely. Back then, I don't think I realized it, but while looking back at it now, I think I feel guilty because even back then I already seen myself as a dependable male figure in the family. So if I don't become that dependable male figure in the family, then I would feel guilty about it, because that is my role. I really inherited it as and internalized it as my role that I have to do. And in a way, if you look at it, society in a bigger and more general view, right? We do look at males as a protector, as the provider for an entire family, and I respect that. It's probably a cultural thing and religious factors to it as well. But if, like I said, people can take up this role as protector, as provider, but if there's no space for them to actually relax and be safe and be themselves, I think that's where mental health might suffer a little bit more.
I think it also brings to another question, which is somewhat relatable as well, or somewhat relates, is because you guys mentioned that there's no male figure that you guys can open up to. How about we don't talk about people, we don't talk about individuals? Is there someone or a place that can provide that safe space for you guys to open up, or at least just rest, just be yourselves and not hold any male standards to yourself and just be yourself?
I think fortunately for me is that before I actually exploded, by keeping all of this frustration and suffocation I have, right? I joined my self-counseling program, and from there I met a lot of classmates and friends and even lecturers. Sorry.
I was going to say me.
Oh, okay. Yes. Listen. That provided me with a safe and secure attachment that I can actually, have that friendship and attachment and relationship with. And I think from there is, in general, blanket statement as well is that, but not necessarily true for everyone, is that men tend to be an avoidant type, right? Where when we have emotions, when we have conflicts, we tend not to address it. We try to keep it all in. We don't want to spread it out because we think we are the strongest. We can solve everything by ourselves, right? Yeah. But I realized that actually by having a safe and secure attachment, that I don't necessarily have to hold this in by myself. I can actually express a lot of things, show my vulnerability, and still be safe. I think for that is, yes, managed to build a safe relationship with a lot of my close friends and my girlfriend, and not just that, within myself as well. It's the belief that I can be kind and be accepting and love myself even if something bad happens to me. Even if bad situation comes up. And 100% this is easier said than done. 100% this is something that you can't change in a day, a week, or even a month.
Now you're probably still learning as well,
Correct.
right? Like
Correct.
Still in the journey.
Correct.
Is this called self-compassion? Is that what it's called? Or what would you call this?
For me, I think there's a lot of different names, but I think for me, I would just put it as a secure attachment within yourself.
Okay, yeah. Self-security within yourself.
Man within.
Man within,
Cute.
But I do
Sponsor.
think that what Wei Wan mentioned was what Wei Wan said was actually very important, because I feel like more often than not, people seek comfort and the safe space in someone else, and that creates a codependency. I think the main point here is to also create that safe space, that secure attachment within yourself as well. Yeah, I think that's very important.
That's very good.
Plus 1 point.
Plus one also.
It's a very good reminder for all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
So that being said, right, like actually there's one question that relates to that. When was the last time you talked about your emotions? I think it could be anywhere. It could be, you know, in real life with people, or it could be like on social media. You post about something, any type of
Last night.
expression.
Last night.
Yeah, last night with my partner actually. What happened was we had a minor argument, and then after the argument I wanted us to talk about it, and I told her like I felt angry, and what did you feel? So that was the last time. I think I feel like it's a lot more common if you're doing it with a partner, because maybe perhaps with a partner, or not just a partner, I think it's more common to express your feelings with your person that you feel safest with. I think. I could be wrong. Please correct me on this.
Your experience is always correct. There's no wrong, right?
You cannot say that.
Remember the ground rules?
Hey. Right or wrong. Yeah. So in the context of my experience, my safest person would be my partner. So that's usually the only place where I express my feelings. I don't express my feelings with anyone else unless I feel it's a safe space enough with them.
Okay. What about you, Lewa?
I think it's probably last Sunday. So I think last Sunday I was working whole day, and I think even after I worked whole day, I don't think I seen my girlfriend for I think almost a week, but she still came all the way to my workplace and have dinner with me.
Oh, that's so nice.
And because on that day itself, we are both fans of, I don't know, okay, it sounds nerdy. We are both fans of League, so so while I was doing my training, my workshop, she was like keeping updating me about the scores and what's happening.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, so and after that, after my workshop ended, and then she came, we have dinner together and we watched the final match together in a restaurant. So I think for that is, I think I really shared my appreciation to her. I showed her that really touched my heart.
Yeah.
So I think that's, it shouldn't, I think talking about emotions never necessarily have to be like a sad thing.
Yeah.
It can be like,
It's just a space for
correct,
expression.
correct. It can be also, you talking about the good feelings that you have, and I think that's also vulnerable as well, not
Yeah.
just the bad feelings that
Yeah.
we feel.
Yeah, and I think it's also very important, like what Daniel said, it's also with someone you feel safe with. So, both of us have partners, right? And I think it's also very important to create that safe space for them, even though they feel safe within themselves, but it's also opening up that safe space for them to, tell them that, for them to tell, I applied to a job today, or I didn't got the interview. I think that takes a lot to actually say. Because honestly, for me as a female, if I didn't get an interview, my ego would get hurt a bit, and I might not want to say it out loud. But so I do think that it takes a lot of courage, not courage I would say, but yeah, I think it takes a lot from someone to
safe
to feel safe to say,
express.
So yeah, I do think that as the, what do you call it, receiver end, it's also opening up that space for that person as well.
But I do want to point out one thing though, is that even though avoidant, it seemed like a very detrimental to a relationship, but I still think it's quite an effective defense mechanism for us as well, because it's a way to prevent us from getting hurt and also from getting dumped in a relationship, right? But everyone, males and females included, is that you have to know that when your defense mechanism is starting to backfire, when it's becoming too much, and when it's starting to affect your relationship. So for me as well, not sure about you, I still have avoidant tendency, but I choose when I avoid, and I choose when I feel safe and secure to actually share all these things. So it's not necessary that everyone must stay in this safe and secure attachment all the time.
I'm actually a bit curious, like when you say that you would feel a bit of, you would avoid for a period of time, then when you're ready, you would share it out. Would that consider as a period of being avoidant, or it's just you going through the feelings and just digest it before sharing anything?
Okay.
Like, is there a difference there, or is it?
I think the difference is that avoidance is probably when they have any whatever feelings or something that's bothering them, they just bury them deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blocking
Yes,
everything and
blocking
time.
everything, yes. So maybe, for example, males would have certain things that hurt them at work, but they choose not to share with their partners. And it's fine, maybe it's just one small thing, right? But if there's like one thing that's really bothering them and it's affecting the relationship, then I believe that's when men have to be a bit more vulnerable and try and go to that safe and secure place.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, I can definitely understand when someone needs. Okay, let it be male or female, because my sister is sorry sister, exposing you right now. But my sister is more of an avoidant as well, where she would not talk if anything happens. But it's not her not wanting to talk. It's not someone not wanting to talk. It's just her trying to digest everything, calm herself down before actually talking anything that that's not intentional. She's worried that she might hurt someone. The person might worry that they might accidentally say something that's hurtful, things like that. Yeah, so I can definitely understand that.
And I think when it comes to attachment, there should be a pattern.
Yeah.
You know, like a period of time. If you keep repeating it,
Yeah.
it's not just one incident.
Correct.
Yeah. I guess we'll leave that topic to another episode.
Oh yeah.
That is actually a very good
Sneaking.
Yeah.
topic. Attachment styles is a very good topic. And I think we can move on to the next section. Just to start with the next section, what do you think of the word macho? Maybe a few words. Just shout a few words that comes to your mind.
Strong?
Okay.
Mexican wrestler.
Oh good God.
Okay.
Harry.
Fairly
Natural?
macho. I think macho.
Did you say nacho?
Bro.
Okay, yeah, sure. That makes
That's
sense.
also Mexican, right?
I remember when I was young, when I first saw this word, I thought it was something related to nacho also.
Oh my
It's like, is
God.
it like a,
Oh, your
like
punyo.
another type of nacho or whatever? I don't know.
For context, I think macho it's not a Malaysian slang, right? It's more of a international word.
Yeah.
For me, the first word would be men. When I think of when I see macho, it's men.
I think for me, it's not a word, but it's more of a visual.
Mm.
So like macho to me, it's it's a very tan guy who's shirtless and very big.
Yeah.
What a visual.
So, Mexican wrestler?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
And then his hair is like buzz cut, with very angry eyebrows. Yeah.
I guess it's all related. Because
I
he
guess
said
the
strong.
strong,
We must
yeah.
say strong as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything combined is your
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this part is going to be a little bit more interesting. So instead of you sharing your own experiences, right, we have adopted some public comments from, like YouTube, like YouTube videos or like Instagram. So these comments are people sharing about their personal experience that is related to men and mental health. So we've picked a few and we're going to read it to you.
Okay.
And then you can respond to it.
Okay.
So you can share your responses towards that statement or that sharing.
Okay.
I say for like replying on YouTube itself, like our own
Yes.
comment.
It could be replying, it could be responding, or it could be analyzing the situation, or like I think for this episode, it's more on your own personal view. So maybe you can speak based on how you understand the situation, what would you do, or what do you think about this situation. So the first one is it's written by a guy. Okay, once upon a time I cried, and my girlfriend told me that crying is a weakness. The reality of today's society is that crying is a gendered luxury. So what do you think?
Wow,
Take your time to kind of process. If you want me to repeat, please let me know.
I mean, I don't know about the guy, but the girl does sound like she went to a bad school, because I don't think I this sounds like a very conservative traditionalist thing to say.
Again, this is personal perspective.
Yeah.
They're speaking on behalf of themselves.
Yeah, not of the platform.
Yeah.
It sounds very traditionalist, conservative. It sounds like it sounds like the girl grew up in a toxic environment and never unlearned what she was taught. And that's just what I'm seeing based on the comment.
Which part does it sound bad to you?
That crying is a weakness. I mean, of course, I'm not God, so I don't know what the facts are. But in my opinion, I don't think crying is a weakness. I think crying is just the human's way of regulating itself, and I don't think it communicates whether you're weak or strong or whatever. I think it just communicates that you're self-regulating, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that inherently.
So you wouldn't identify crying as either a strength or a weakness, but it's more just an expression of a person.
Of a human being, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, animals cry too, but like, you get what I mean, right? It's an expression for living things. Yeah.
Y'all watch Inside Out, right? There's sadness inside.
Yeah, true.
There's a reason why there's sadness
Yeah.
in everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure. Well, for me, I think I'll maybe look at it from a wider perspective, right? I think this kind of view that men don't have emotion, men shouldn't have emotions, I think it's also reinforced by the society's view. So maybe for example, look at all the trending Instagram reels on couples, right? I think most of it will be something along the lines of females feeling a lot and then males not feeling anything, and then females asking a lot from males. I think in a way it is fun, it is funny for some, but in a way it's also reinforced the fact that men shouldn't have feelings, and if men have feelings then it's negative thing, it's a sign of weakness. But maybe I'll counter your argument a little, is that maybe crying is also a little bit of a sign of strength. To go against the society's expectation, to actually go and cry, I think that's a strength. To be able to express a lot of your emotions, because crying, it's a very vulnerable thing to do, and for you to be able to be vulnerable enough to cry and show this side of you to maybe not just yourself, to the people around you, I think that's a sign of strength.
I think it comes from two different perspectives. Like strength to Daniel, it's more of like, you know, identifying the person, like placing them into boxes. Whereas I think Wei Wa's perception of strength is kind of like a sign of courage, or a sign of taking the initiative to show up.
Wait, what about boxes? I was like, what is she?
Basically, from how I understand, is that strength, and you don't associate crying as a sign of strength or weakness, because it's not supposed to be labeling people based on that.
Okay.
From what I understand.
Yes, that second one was more accurate.
Yeah.
The first one confused me a little bit. I was a bit like,
okay, I was confused myself as well.
Yeah.
What boxes am I talking about?
Yeah, I was like,
But
what did she say?
I was trying to say categorizing, like labeling, you know, you as strong and weak just because you cry or don't cry.
Yeah.
But actually, I did read somewhere before that crying releases cortisol level. Cortisol thingy-majiggies.
Stress hormones.
Yes, stress hormones.
I thought stress hormones is what cause crying.
I think it's interchangeable. I'm not very sure.
It could be like a loop.
Yeah.
Like the stress comes up, makes you cry,
Yeah,
and then
the
the
stress
cry
comes up, then you cry.
helps you like make it go back down.
Yeah.
Then it's like detoxing all the stress hormones out.
Human regulation.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I mean, it's. Yeah,
It could
that's
be
how
either
I
way,
see it.
right?
Yeah. Because I do see emotions as. Okay, this is how I see emotions. Emotions, and I think it kind of supports what Daniel mentioned just now.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's like emotion stores energy, and when you're feeling a certain way, you kind of have to let that energy out. And when I say energy, it's not some karmic energy, okay, guys? It's literally like, if you look at kids, when they are angry, they stomp their feet, they do movements and all. That's actually them releasing the energy. But it's just that when we grow up, and then with all of these standards and stereotypical stuff, setting for us, we kind of don't do that anymore. And I think crying is such a normal thing. We cry all the time when we were little, and then right now we can't cry anymore.
Yeah. Just to hop on your point on how one view is that emotions are energy, right? This is something my therapist told me. She said, emotions are data. And then for me, that was like a whole new perspective on emotions for me when she said that. Okay, so that's what she said. And now my interpretation of that was, yeah, I feel like it makes so much sense to see emotions that way. Like instead of seeing emotions as like things that are binary, right or wrong, like you should feel this way or you should not feel this way. Instead, they're just data that tells you what you're feeling, and it just informs you on how you can move forward with what you're feeling, right? So I feel like, yeah, emotions are just data that can help you make data-informed decisions interpersonally or intrapersonally. So I feel like, yeah, that was a whole new view of emotions for me.
Right? For that movie.
Yes, it was in the cinema and I was watching it together with my girlfriend. I don't think she treated me any differently after that. I think she was just like checking, oh, am I crying? It's like, oh, okay then. Yeah, that's it.
Have you ever cried in front of your girlfriend because of something happened?
No,
Like
not
your
that
personal stuff.
No, not that I know of.
But is it because you don't feel like crying, or you feel there's an internal dialogue in you like, it's such a small thing, do not cry, there's no point of crying? Or is there an internal dialogue like, I cannot let anyone see me cry, but actually you're secretly crying inside? That sounds so depressing.
No, I think maybe based on the question, maybe I have to go back to the attachment theory. Okay. So I think in an attachment, we think of it as complementary. If someone is anxious, then the partner will almost definitely be the avoidant type. So if my girlfriend is crying, then I have to be the one that is comforting her, and that is how, in a way, attachment and relationship works. Right? It has to be complementary. If there's two people that's anxious in a relationship, there is no one that is comforting each other, then they will not be attracted to each other in the first place. So I think that's a reason why usually in a relationship, in the conflict as well, there's only one person that is crying.
Oh.
What if two people cry together?
Does that mean they're both anxious? No, right?
No.
Not necessary,
Okay.
but it can happen. But to have two anxious people together in a relationship, whether it's male or female, I think it's a bit more rare to happen. So I think that kind of explains why males don't usually cry, because even if it happens, like I said just now, the defense mechanism of avoidance, right, is maybe where it comes out.
I see. Okay. Oh, interesting.
I'm trying to think whether I've cried together with my boyfriend before. I'm trying to think of if there's any incident. I don't think so.
So I think for me, because my partner is very similar to yours, but I think it's also because he grew up as the golden child, where everything falls on him. Because I think he's, I'm not sure, never mind. But yeah, he's the golden child. So what's your partner's name again?
I'm not gonna expose.
Oh, sorry. But for him, he's also the kind who, like my partner, he's not the kind who cries easily. Like, even though someone passes away, like a very close family, might one tear rolls down, but that's it already. So I'm with someone who doesn't cry, and I'm the one who's always crying. But I was with someone back then with someone who cries with me. So, now that you mentioned, okay, this is very interesting, because I've been in two different relationships that one doesn't cry and one cries with me, if not even more. Yeah. Does that
It sounds like a relationship topic.
It sounds like a anxious and, is it the anxious and avoidant kind of thing?
It does sound like that. So maybe when you are in a relationship who is anxious, you may become avoidant yourself.
Oh.
In order to cope.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that you're inherently a type, but you could also like adapt and change according to your situation.
Correct. So
As a result.
yes, if your partner is more anxious than you, then in comparison, you become the avoidant.
But I'm so sorry, but I still don't really understand. It's like, if a partner doesn't cry,
Okay.
what's actually the reason behind it?
It really depends on the person.
It really depends on the person.
I don't think we can answer on behalf of
Correct.
anyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So So based on that, maybe I can put a disclaimer. Just because you're feeling sad doesn't necessarily mean that you must
have to
cry.
cry.
Yeah.
Good point.
Crying is not exclusively a sad emotion
Yes.
expression, right? There's also tears of joy.
Mhm.
In fact, I feel like a lot of the time when I cry, it's because I'm crying because I'm overwhelmed with like maybe emotions of maybe not joy, but emotions of like overwhelmed with emotions of love, or maybe emotions of like it doesn't have to be sad. It can be a positive emotion that you're crying from.
Oh, so it means that everyone's crying point is also very different.
That's true.
Yeah.
What do you mean by crying point? Like,
It's like you feel overwhelmed. You cry when you feel overwhelmed, but
or like boiling point.
crying point.
Yeah.
Anyways, due to time constraint, I think we need to move on to the next question
so sad.
already.
So sad.
Okay, so the next one is I'm not sure this one was it written by a male or a female, but it was a very interesting one that caught my attention. So the comment says, my friends and I started saying 45, okay, F-O-R-T-I-F-Y, started saying 45 instead of man up. And that just changed, that change itself made a crazy difference. I'm also not sure what kind of difference here, but I think what the comment is trying to say is that the choice of language, the words that we use in our, when we talk, when we have conversations with people around us, also make a difference. What do you guys think?
Question. Yes, what does 45 mean?
So 45 means to provide with defensive works as protection against attack.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a defensive action.
Yeah.
Defense. Does it make a difference in terms of the choice of language that we use when it comes to men's role in mental health?
Yeah. I do think it in how you use your words, I do think it definitely plays a role because it impacts how you interpret and how you perceive the instruction, right? It's sort of like when you ask questions to someone, like if you say like this car hit the wall versus a car crashed the wall, like the person's perception of the sentence will be different, right? Hit and crash. Crash sounds a lot more visceral, right? So if you were to say 45 is the same concept, when you change the words, it does change how they can perceive it and how they want to move forward with it. But I think you should also at the same time be aware of how much impact you're making, and if you're gonna do it in a positive way like 45, I'm assuming it's positive, we don't know, right? But if it's done in a positive way where the men are positively reacting to the word 45, I think as long as we're aware of how they're going about it and not over like they're not losing awareness of, like, because 45 is synonymous in this case with man up, right? So if you're telling them a man up but in a different way, I think it's good if they can take it the right way, but don't let them lose sight of how sometimes manning up isn't the right thing to do, or don't man up in the wrong way, or don't man up too much. It's being aware of how you go about it, I think.
I think the context is also how traditional beliefs have played a role here. Like the phrase man up kind of have a negative connotation when it comes to men's responsibilities. Like they have to take up certain things, or like you need to be strong in order to solve the problem or solve the situation, things like that. So I think here, for me, when I read this, it's like 45 can be anything. Can be any other words that you use among your own group of friends or with your partners or anyone. So maybe for this person, this is how they kind of switch up the language to make it more safe in a way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have something. Is it okay? Because I want to make sure I give you an opportunity to talk. So no, I'm just making assumption, but I think if we look into the bigger context, right? Assuming, because this was said to a guy, right? We can make assumptions that this guy plays video games, and if a guy plays video games, most likely they've been exposed to the word 45 in a positive sense. Where if you're playing a defense game, then you fortify your troops or fortify your castle or
So
whatever.
more relatable to the
That's so
person.
cute.
Yeah. So
that's so cute.
it could be like an indirect correlation, that an indirect
Actually, it
experience.
does make sense because I didn't put it in here, but in the comment itself there was an emoji. It's supposed to be a cute way of saying it. Yeah, but yeah, it does make sense. Like personalizing it to the person
Ah.
or to that group of friends. So perhaps here the idea is that maybe among your own group of people or your friends, you guys can always discuss, is there any words that we can rephrase or words that we can restructure to make it more safe for everyone, for example. You can always have these kind of conversations. Yeah. So I think
I definitely had a very recent, not incident, but situation like that. But before I get into that, Wei Wah, do you have anything?
No, I think from there, when we talk about man up, right, it just gives me the impression that when we need to man up, we need to do things according to a society expectations of man, a standards that's already been introduced years and years and years ago.
The word man here is already fixated on
Correct,
certain values.
correct.
Yeah.
But if it's fortified, then it sounds
Yeah,
like
new
you
idea.
can create new ways that you can cope, you can create new ways to strengthen yourself.
But yes, so sometimes words can hold, the amount of power of the words that can hold. Always be mindful. Just be mindful, the things that we say, or sometimes the things that we say might contribute to a bigger thing. So yes, it's just a friendly reminder for everyone, the choice of language that we use.
Yeah.
So the conclusion for this question, I guess it's always be mindful of the way we talk, just be mindful of how words carry power. Sometimes it can be a weapon, it can be something that creates strength for other people. So always just be reflective and be mindful. So yeah, we can move to the most interesting segment. Are you guys
Oh,
excited?
whoa.
Yeah.
And it's not even the Q&A.
Can you do a spotlight? Woo.
Okay, someone take the phone and go like
Okay,
It's
so
not video editing.
let me just also give the instruction for how this works. Okay.
Okay.
So the instruction here, we're gonna have a little buzzer here. So production team is gonna bring this out.
Oh, this is-
like you need a
Should we do a testing first?
Oh, that's actually a good.
What?
We can group.
Oh.
So I'll be with Wei Wah,
Okay.
and then you'll be with Daniel.
Walao eh.
Oh my god.
So there's gonna be MCQs.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so there's true or false questions,
Okay,
MCQs, and then some where you have to just answer that based on your knowledge. It's like trivia. If you know, then you quickly buzz.
Daniel, you gotta stop eating and help me out, bro.
Okay,
Oh my god,
okay.
this is the third pack.
Oh.
Can you wipe your hand first? I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Wipe it. Wipe.
So yes, so production team is gonna read out the statements or question or whatever, and then we're gonna do this.
You know you're a team with me, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. You're a team now.
I don't feel safe now.
Okay. And make sure when you buzz, you know what to say. Okay, don't just buzz for the sake of buzzing.
So first question.
Okay.
In the movie Avengers: Infinity War,
Ah.
what was the line spoken by the character Spider-Man to Iron Man? A. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Or B. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
A.
It's wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
It was B.
It was B.
You
Mr.
do
Stark,
know
I
that?
don't
I
feel
know.
so good.
Shit.
Oh, are we supposed to know that?
No, this is
It's
test round.
Oh,
Test
test
round.
round.
It was trivia day.
Aiyo.
Wait, when I lean in, is Daniel's face covered? No.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you guys ready
Wait,
for
the correct answer is what again?
B. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so
Big
good.
brains but not listening. Like
Oh, yeah, I thought it was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, let's start.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
We're ready.
So there's gonna be a total of 8 questions, yeah?
Okay.
And then we'll go really
Wow.
fast.
Very hot.
Okay.
So whoever wins, it's gonna get
a goodie
a
bag.
Let's go.
Let's beep and go. Yeah.
go.
Okay,
Let's
are
go.
you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes, ready.
Okay, first question. True or false? Crying instantly causes your man card to self-destruct.
What's man card?
Like, basically like your ego. Your man.
No, it does not.
Correct.
I'm ready for my goodie bag.
There's 8 questions, okay? Don't get cocky.
Why are you guys fighting at the same time? Okay, question 2. True or false? Boys and men make up 1/3 of people with eating disorders.
Wait, who beat it just now?
You did.
True.
Correct. Yay.
Short hands.
Okay, third
You know what?
question.
I'm just gonna we're just gonna be kind of
Yeah,
there a
sure.
bit.
Okay, okay.
Not too much though.
To be fair.
Yeah,
Okay,
to be
yeah.
fair.
Why are we hesitating?
I don't know, we're being very considerate.
Yeah, I think.
As counselors, we have
No,
to be
for me it's like
considerate.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh my
around
God.
answers, so
It's
like,
okay, we're
I
just
might
used
as
to
well
embarrassing
answer, you know.
ourselves. Life is
Okay.
full of cringe moments.
Yes.
Okay, third question.
Third question. True or false? Men experience postpartum depression.
Yes. True.
True.
Oh my
Correct.
guys! Guys!
You know what? I'm just gonna eat my fries.
Okay. Question 4. It's an MCQ question.
We can do
Okay,
it.
we can do it.
I don't even know what MCQ I'm now we're gonna fail!
Okay. The question is, what is a sign that a man might need support? A. He's quieter than usual. B. He's more irritable. C. He keeps saying I'm fine like he's possessed. Or D. All of the above.
All of the above my.
All the
Correct.
gaping about.
Yeah, what he said.
Correct.
Right, what he said.
Give
Yeah.
him the goodie bag.
They're already at 4 points out of 8.
Okay, I will sit out the next fall.
Yeah!
Okay, question 5. In what year was suicide attempts decriminalized in Malaysia? A.
You didn't even get the question answers
Do
already.
you want to answer? If you don't answer.
Oh, you get negative points if you just
Yeah?
MCQ, please.
Okay,
MCQ.
yeah, MCQ.
Okay, A. 2023.
Okay.
B. 2024. Or C. 2025.
Is last year? Also is this year?
You know what? I'm gonna let you guys answer.
What's the answer?
2035.
Correct.
I honestly thought it was 2024.
Yeah, so a disclaimer, this whole discussion in the parliament or the law, yeah,
last
it started
year.
last year, but it was
Correct.
finalized this year.
So it used to be a crime, but now it's no
Okay, so
longer.
I misunderstood the question already. So
No
anyway, I'm
excuses.
gonna lose anyway.
Question number 6. What is the number 1 barrier preventing men from seeking help? A. Money.
Money?
Yes, A. Money. B. Time. Or C. Stigma.
Stigma.
Correct.
Wow. I don't know the answer.
So I feel like it should be all of the above.
It can be
Yeah,
all.
money is also.
It's just a number 1.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Question 7. Which symptom is more commonly seen in men with depression compared to women? A. Persistent crying. B. Irritability, anger, or risk taking. C. Sleeping too much.
Irritable. Wait. Irritability! Irritability!
The answer is B.
It's not the answer.
Is
Is the
Answer
answer.
the question.
Which symptom is more commonly seen in men compared to women?
Irritable crying.
Irritability, anger, and
Anger.
risks.
Risk taking.
The last one is sleeping too much, right?
Yes, sleeping too much.
Oh, fun fact, I'm sleeping too much when I was depressed. So
Oh.
I will see. So luckily I didn't answer because my personal experience would have like clouded my judgment. for sure.
Can you elaborate the answer for B?
It's in comparison to women.
Yeah.
How many points
We're
right now?
already losing.
It's okay.
5, 2.
Guys.
The next question is a bit of another trivia question, so it's kind of unrelated.
Die.
So from the movie Inside Out, what are the 5 original emotions? Answer within 6 seconds.
Anger, joy, disgust, sadness, and fear.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I said?
No, you said happiness and joy. Yeah.
No happiness or joy. I said sadness first.
Oh.
Oh shit,
Never
then
mind.
I
Never
lied.
mind. Never mind.
I think
It's a mukbang break session right now.
Question 9. Name 5 things you do to stay healthy.
oh.
Answer within 6 seconds.
Sleep, eat well, exercise, go to sauna, talk to my boyfriend. Is it 5 already?
5, yeah. Correct.
Yeah!
Correct, I talked to my boyfriend too.
Okay, next question. Name 3 traditional gender roles or stereotypes for men. 6 seconds.
protector, need to earn a lot of money, need to be the first one to do anything.
Okay, correct.
Wait, how many points are we at? How many points?
Wait, the 6 seconds one should be double points.
No.
This one can be a bit confusing, yeah. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
So, adults, it's an MCQ question, yeah. Adults should aim for at least blank minutes of exercise and at least how many days a week? So, A is 150 minutes of exercise, 2 days a week. B, 140 minutes of exercise, 3 days a week. C, 30 minutes of exercise, 3 days a week. Or D, 20 minutes of exercise, 2 days a week. Wrong.
It's not B.
D.
B or D?
D.
D is wrong.
Wrong.
I know the answer is B. No, it's wrong.
So it's A.
A then?
Oh, that's so long.
How much is that?
Oh, wait, the minutes is for per day?
So at least 2 days, 150 span across 1 week, but then at least 2 days you need to be active. Yeah.
Oh.
Final question. It's a yes or no question.
Okay. Can you count 1, 2, 3? Then we.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay
Wait.
away from
Yeah,
the
you guys need to
answer.
sit a bit
Stay away.
further. Okay.
Staying back. I'm staying back too.
Is it okay to feel anxious even if you
Yes.
can change a tire?
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Is it okay to feel anxious even if you can change a tire?
Do I get anxious when I change my tire?
Is it
okay?
okay?
Just yes.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
What? I don't understand the question.
What kind of question is that?
It's just a random question.
That's the irony of the question, guys.
Have 2 more meetings
MS
later.
V6.
You guys are
Wait,
tied.
should we do one more question to determine who's the winner?
Yeah, yes, you
Just
should.
any random question.
Any
Yeah, random question.
It's a trivia question.
Okay.
Oh man, I cried.
Okay, ready? What is the chemical symbol for gold?
AU.
Count.
Girl, I'm
Hey,
gonna
you.
beat you.
We have a nightmare!
Hey, I won us the game.
Yes, it's a good thing, it's a compliment.
This one, oh my god, I wouldn't know. Would you know?
No, I wouldn't.
Vicky, would you know actually?
I'm trying to think, is it AU or there's another one?
AG.
AG?
Yeah.
AG. AG is Argon, right?
I got a Pokemon.
Okay.
Okay, so the winner is...
Invest in gold, guys.
Vicky and
Yay!
Okay, so thank you so much for participating in the exciting and exciting game just now, and also thank you our production team for preparing all the questions.
Yeah, shout out. So this is also a time for both of you to promote or to shout out your services or any upcoming events or workshops or projects. You know.
Hi, my name is introduce myself again. My name is Wei Wan. I'm a center and counseling coordinator at Hughes Systemic Therapy based in San Wenjo Avenue. So not just that we provide counseling services such as individual, group, family and couple counseling. We're also very much open to do a lot of collabs of workshops and trainings as well, and also expressive art activities. So if any of you are interested, then please do find us.
Follow their Instagram.
Follow
We're
our
gonna
Instagram
attach
or
it
our
here
Facebook.
later. Yeah, follow their social media.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm a freelance MC, actor, moderator, and host. So if you need me to act for you, whether it's theater or on camera, I can. If you need me to MC any of your events that you have at your spaces, I also can. I can also host, and I can also be a moderator. So if you have panel discussions, and you need me to moderate, I can also do that. But also I'm unemployed, so if you have just random gigs that I can do, that you think I can do for whatever reason, I'll look into it and maybe I'll say yes. Alright, that's all for me. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so just to wrap up, I think first of all, really thank you so much for making your time here today. And I really enjoyed the conversation just now. It was a very fun, engaging, and casual but insightful as well, you know, based on the personal reflections that you guys have shared. So maybe just one last question for me, just to wrap this up. What is a way that you use to keep yourself grounded? For example, it could be self-care, it could be a mini ritual that you do for yourself. How do you stay grounded usually? if there is any way.
Maybe I can go first. I think I just started this new role at Hugh, right? And I found that one thing that I really find very, very helpful for me is that once a week, a dinner or a lunch, I will go out by myself and just have that time for myself, eating the food that I want, and it's usually spicy food. So it's like almost a bit like interchange. 1 week is chili pani, another week is ayam kebab, and then chili pani ayam kebab, something
Then
like that.
today is spicy chicken,
Chicken.
McDonald's, not sponsored by McDonald's.
Daniel, you want to share your way if you have any?
Actually, I want to ask, how do you define grounded in this particular question?
We will answer.
But it's your question.
Based on what I understand, her question is that how is like a thing that you can do to keep yourself calm and have space for yourself where you can actually just be yourself.
Unless you have your own definition of grounded,
Yeah.
then you can, elaborate.
I see. No, I wanted to answer based on their definition, since it's actually on behalf of her. But since you use the word calm and a space where you can allow yourself to be yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think the second one is a more general way of putting it.
Okay. For me, it's walking to the gym.
Mhm.
For context, I don't live so far from my gym, but like if I walk, it's gonna take like an hour. So it's an hour walk and an hour back. So I feel like that's a good time to unwind and reflect. And also to be calm. I don't know if that's a space where I can be myself. Maybe in my head, yes, but I can't like be myself on the side of the road where I'm like doing whatever I like, right? People driving are gonna be like, what the fuck is that guy doing? You know, he looks like something's wrong with him. But this is what I do to stay grounded, lah. At least in my own mental headspace.
I think grounded here also means being mindful, being present.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
So
when I'm walking.
mindful walking is definitely a very common way for people to kind of be present in that moment. For Weiwa, it's probably having a meal with himself,
Yeah.
eating. Mindful eating is also a thing. By the
Yes,
way.
yes.
You can search
Yes,
it out.
yes.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
So-
your body will love you if you mindfully eat.
Do you want to explain what is mindful eating?
But not spicy
Just
food
a-
though. Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their own version of mindful eating,
Yeah.
but for me, my version is when I'm eating, I'm conscious about what I'm doing, and that the actions that I take are deliberate. So for context, right? Previously, I never mindfully ate. I would just like wallop whatever I like, and I would just do it as how delicious it was. I just ate it fast. But I can feel that my body does not like that. So for me, mindful eating is intentionally eating slower, and also chewing longer, taking your time before you swallow. I can really feel like when you're in this version, my version of mindful eating, I can really feel that my body is appreciating the food and how I feel a lot more. So I think for me that's mindful eating.
Were you mindful eating just now?
No. I was just sinfully gorging on the free food in front of me.
I think another way to practice mindful eating is also not to use your phone, not to watch anything.
Yep.
Sometimes for me, right, I would like spend searching for what Netflix shows I want to watch, and then by the time I finish searching, I've already done eating. So definitely not mindful because
Yeah.
my mind was on
Correct.
searching the
Yeah.
correct show. So yeah, another thing to practice is not to do anything else other than eating. Yes.
A lot of people find calmness in washing dishes.
Oh yeah, doing house chores is a good way as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you guys had fun and also
Very
have
fun.
at least 1 or 2 takeaways for yourself in terms of this topic.
Are you macho enough?
Bye bye.